welcome to On the Record. I am Faith Kimbrough, your Marion County recorder.
And I'm J.R. Ryder, your Chief Deputy Recorder. We have a great show for you today. Our guest comes from the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. He's here to talk about property fraud and scamming.
Welcome to our show, On the Record. I'm your Marion County recorder, but before we get started, I just want to let you know what our office does. We hold public records of property transactions, such as liens, deeds, mortgages, and more. Come on, liens, deeds, mortgages, and more. Now, our guest over here, he doesn't know, but at the end of the show, there's going to be a quiz, and we're going to see if he can do the jingle. And so speaking of our guest, I am going to turn this part of the show over to Chief J.R. Ryder, and he's going to introduce our guest today, and we're going to talk about property fraud and scammers. J.R.?
Our guest today is Detective Jason Fletcher. He's with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, and of course, he's here to talk with us about property fraud. Welcome to our show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, this is a big thing these days. Property fraud, according to the FBI, is one of the fastest growing crimes in America. And so I'm sure on the local level, you guys are probably seeing it too. Tell us a little bit about what you're experiencing here in Marion County.
We are definitely seeing an increase in property fraud crimes for sure. We get a lot of cases that come in and we investigate those from start to finish. We're seeing a lot of scammers take advantage of people all the time.
Boy, thinking of scammers, I know Recorder Kimbrough, you and I have seen some things in our office, people coming into our office, different scams, and I know you have some questions also for the detective.
Absolutely. So based on what you've seen, what are some of the ways that scammers are actually stealing these properties?
There's a big part of that scam, I would say, is forgery. They're forging a lot of documents, the deeds. They are turning that information into as their own property, as they're the owners. And they are definitely targeting vacant homes, and they're targeting elderly as well.
So when you said that they are actually, so they've been fraudulent, people, when I'm out and about, they ask me all the time, how can somebody pose themselves as me? So does that have anything to do with a notary that probably could be involved?
Yes, so we have seen that the scammer will have a friend that's a notary, and of course, then they're not verifying that actual ID. They're doing it to help their friend. So we have seen that as well.
Yeah, because a lot of people that I've been hearing as well, they really don't think it's happening. And I'm telling them that they should protect their legacy. And we do have a phone number that we put on the screen that if you all want to sign up for property fraud, we will alert you when somebody does put a deed in your name. Obviously, if you did not authorize that, that is a tool that we have for our office. JR?
So, you made a good point just a moment ago. Our job, as far as what we do here at the Recorder's Office, is that we cannot advise or we cannot really turn away any documents that are actually set up correctly to be recorded. So there are times where we're not really sure if that's a real notary, if that's not a notary. There's no way really to vet that. And so hopefully there's some legislation in the future being passed to kind of alleviate that as well. But for now, it's somewhat easy for people to perpetrate those frauds.
It is easy, but I think with ongoing education like this program that your viewers will be more educated to know what's going on and then of course then be able to report it.
Absolutely. So do any of these fraudulent activities or these perpetrators get caught? Do you guys?
Absolutely, yes. So I know Prosecutor Ramirez takes this as a very serious situation, and we have a grand jury division within the Marion County Prosecutor's Office that investigates these kind of crimes, and we are a group of detectives that work on this every day.
That's good. So if you're talking to the viewers, what outside of, because all we can do is obviously give them the tools, and then do you recommend that they contact their mortgage company or to let them know that that's happening? What would you advise them to do? Like, when do you actually get involved in the process?
So usually cases will come to the prosecutor's office as potential criminal cases, so that we would investigate that. But I would say if there is someone that believes that they are a victim of a fraud, a property fraud in that situation, they can always call IMPD, make a simple police report, and that can sometimes come to us as well. And then that way we can open up a case and then start doing our investigation on it.
About how long do you think those cases take? Is it, I know it probably varies, but what's the longest time that you actually, looked at the case and then found the person, the perpetrator, and then was able to?
They definitely do vary. That is correct. Some are more complex than others, but they could take up to a year to investigate for sure.
So if this happens to someone, and let's just say that person leased their home out, and I'm the homeowner, I come home and now my home is being leased out by somebody else, how soon can I get back into my residence? Is that the year-long time, or?
So I would say that's complicated, and obviously losing that property is the criminal act, but there is a civil process as well, and I'm not sure honestly on the civil side, but we will ensure that that we're going to figure out who done this and bring them to justice. And then that way, you can get your property back as soon as possible.
Okay, this has been really good. J.R., do you have any further questions?
Actually, yeah, we have good news for Marion County citizens, and we have a property fraud alert tool that Recorder Kimbrough just alluded to. And this is a tool that what happens is you register and you sign up for our fraud alert system, and if any activity occurs on your property deed, you will be notified. That's any activity, good or bad, but it will notify you so that you can get ahead of any type of potential scam. So that's absolutely free. We'll pop the information up on the screen for those who would like more information on that. So there's some good news on the horizon. We do thank you, Jason, for being our guest today on the program.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I think this is a great thing that the office is doing and educating people on how to be vigilant.
Okay, now, so are you ready for your quiz?
Yeah, let's try it.
So my office holds property records of public transactions such as
Liens.
Not you.
Deeds, and I do not remember.
Now let's help them. Liens, deeds, mortgages, and more.
There you go.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you. Well, I hope on today's show that you are educated about scamming. It is a very, very important conversation that's going on in Marion County, and I'm so grateful and thankful for Chief Ryder and bringing on our guest. And don't you think that was a pretty good show?
I think it was a very good show, very educational for the citizens of Marion County. And now we know that this thing is not only real, but we also have a tool to be able to protect and get ahead of it as well.
Yeah. All right, so you guys look forward to our show next month. And all I can tell you is it has something to do with a donut.
Could be a long donut. We'll see.
Thank you guys for joining.